Good Monday evening, Southeast Texas. Welcome to 12 News Plus. Over the next 15 minutes, we're going to take a detailed look at your 7-day forecast. It's pretty quiet out there right now. We've seen a beautiful afternoon and even warmer weather expected as we head through the next couple of days. Downtown Beaumont, Packard LaPlay, currently 66 degrees on the roofing 911 Skycam network. Now, we expect dense fog in spots coming up tomorrow morning, but as you can see, the allergy report looking pretty good. That may not be the case this year, as in about a couple months, if we don't start getting some cold weather, everything's going to go into bloom mode before too much longer. As you can see, we're looking at low levels of tree pollen, weed pollen, and mold out there right now. In your weather headlines, could be a foggy, chilly morning across southeast Texas at night. And then tomorrow, with any luck, we may see some sun, maybe go to partly cloudy skies and well above normal temperatures expected at least the next couple of days. Could see high temperatures running a good 15 degrees above normal. Thursday looks like a slight chance of showers, and it is going to be a windy day on Thursday, ahead of Friday's scattered showers and thunderstorms as a significant cold front comes through. And that means a colder, drier scenario as we work on into the weekend and into early next week. May actually see lows back into the 30s and highs in the 50s to around 60s, certainly below normal the way it looks. So a dense fog advisory in for southern Jefferson and southern Orange counties until 9 a.m. Modeling shows that developing across the area, as you can see, generally in through Beaumont and Jefferson, Chambers, and over into Orange counties. That scatters out by 9 or 10 o'clock tomorrow morning. So tomorrow I'm going to go with a foggy morning and then partly cloudy afternoon. No rain. It'll be breezy with south to southwest winds at 5 to 10. Some gusts to 20 miles an hour are possible. And I'm always amused at how these models can put out rainfall. I just don't see that happening coming up in the triangle tomorrow. We're going to go dry and highs in the upper 70s. The skies go partly cloudy. A lot of clouds and fog in the morning. In the lakes also, very similar temperatures, and if we get any sun like tomorrow, like I think it's possible, the inversion breaks, and we'll see partly cloudy skies developing in the afternoon. Going to be a breezy day. Very similar forecast for the lakes area. I think it's too cool as far as modeling up that way, and I think we'll see some sun coming up tomorrow afternoon, then just cloudy all day. At least I'll show you why in just a second. Otherwise, we're going to go with the upper 70s over the area tomorrow. Normally, we should see 63 degrees this time of year, so we're good 16 degrees above normal. So, let's see, today is Monday the 5th, if I'm not mistaken. The 7th through the 15th is, climatologically speaking, on average, the coldest part of the year. Our lows drop to 43, our normal lows drop to 43, and our normal high dips to 63. After the 15th, temperatures on average start going up. Now, that depends. This is not going to be affected by the forecast, which may or may not reflect that, but that's on average. We turn the corner on the 15th, and on average, temperatures climatologically start warming. So normally we should see 63. That's not the case Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday. Well above normal, mid to upper 70s. May hit 80 in some spots. Well above, very spring-like weather pattern the next 4 days. Then that all comes to an end as winter returns for at least 3 or 4 days. As you can see, those highs cool below normal into the upper 50s, maybe around 60 degrees, hopefully. It's going to be hard pressed with partly sunny skies, abundant cloud cover coming up Saturday, Sunday into Monday with an active southwest flow. I don't see a lot of sun coming up Saturday, Sunday into Monday, so that may keep those high temperatures down, but the lows in the morning may not be quite as cold. As far as rainfall, we'll go with a 20% coverage on Thursday, maybe a 40 to 50% coverage Friday afternoon and Friday night as that strong cold front comes through. And it looks mainly dry over the weekend into Monday of next week. Here is the usually wet European. I think it's usually wet, and I like anywhere between maybe 1/4 of an inch to 3/4 of an inch of rainfall on through Friday. and that would be some very welcomed rain. Hopefully we can get that 1.4 inches of rainfall. That would be great news as far as the ongoing drought. And as you can see, moisture levels start going up, particularly Thursday and Friday ahead of that front, and then look how dry the atmosphere goes on Saturday and Sunday. So we go from the green back down to very low amounts of moisture in the atmosphere. So the lower the number, the drier the atmosphere. And as you can see, we see a very big dry out as we head towards Saturday, Sunday, into Monday across southeast Texas. And with the drought continuing to worsen, we're looking at level 2 to level 3 drought levels across southeast Texas. Since the 1st of December, we're now down 2.78 inches below normal. And for the first part of this year, I'm going to have to move that over, but since January the 1st, we're approaching 1 inch already below normal for the year. Now, that's not drastic, but it's certainly not welcome news, and we need some rain. Well, the best chance coming up is going to be on Friday and Friday night. No burn bans locally, but over towards Vernon Parish and Rapides Parish in Louisiana, central portions of their state, seeing some burn bans, but again, nothing right now. As far as the wildfire threat coming up on Tuesday, very low. That may not be the case coming up on Thursday because of big winds that we're expecting in the forecast, where we could see some wind gusts 25, 30, maybe 35 miles an hour because of an intense upper level disturbance moving through the Red River Valley. I'll show you that in just a second. High clouds out there right now, already down at the airport at Jasper to 59, lower 60s here in the Triangle. Just some high clouds over our area. No rain expected tonight on the Pro Roofing Concept satellite and radar loop. Otherwise, it is very mild for early January across southeast Texas, as you can see. And temperatures are into the 70s, well into the 70s down in South Texas. And in fact, they got into the lower 80s over towards Brownsville this afternoon, but there's really just no cold air in the 5-state area as we continue to watch the reason why. Can you see why? Yeah, we got a warm front. Ignore that. Why are we seeing warm temperatures? Because of this pattern. Look at the cirrus cloudiness. Look how the clouds go up and then down. That is a ridge of high pressure in the upper levels of the atmosphere. That's why we're seeing a nice warming trend and quiet weather conditions. This cirrus cloudiness is ahead of an upper level disturbance that's coming out of the Pacific. So what's happening is this trough of low pressure. Can you see California right here? The Baja, and also western Mexico. These troughs at VECT are transport Pacific moisture that you see right here, way up the scale, right on across into Texas. And that's why we're seeing these clouds come in because of this trough of low pressure. Well, a piece of this trough is expected to break off and head towards Texas as we head towards Wednesday and Thursday, and that will help ramp up our winds across the Lone Star State. And as you can see, the ridge of high pressure over the state right now, just some high cloudiness coming overhead. Obviously no rain across the state as this ridge of high pressure is just keeping that from happening. Otherwise, let's take a look at the short-term forecast. Tonight we expect low cloudiness and or patchy dense fog across the area. I expect low temperatures in the upper 50s, middle to upper 50s lakes, upper 50s to lower 60s in the Triangle. And hopefully as the inversion breaks during the afternoon, we may go to partly cloudy skies, helping to boost temperatures into the upper 70s. But again, could see, well, some gusts to 20 miles an hour, but no rain is expected across southeast Texas coming up tomorrow. So we have the big picture, ridge of high pressure over Texas. There's the trough. This is what we're going to be watching as we head towards Thursday, and it is basically going to go right across the Lone Star State and weaken as we head towards Thursday. That's going to bring us some pretty big winds as we head towards Thursday. There it goes right there. That's when we'll see Thursday that we'll see those winds really crank up across southeast Texas because of this trough or shortwave moving on in. Then we'll be watching cold front come in because of that trough of low pressure, and that's the front that's going to be bringing us the scattered showers and thunderstorms in the forecast coming up Friday night and afternoon across southeast Texas. Then we have this. If this is correct, and I'm not quite certain that that is, but if we get this system in the southwest, look what happens. We get a southwest flow. That's overrunning. and that usually brings us lots of clouds. And we're talking about, say, Monday into Tuesday of next week across southeast Texas. So that would allow us to see lots of clouds after that cold front comes through on Friday, as we expect lots of clouds on the weekend and on into Monday of next week. We have to work through this. Will this bring us some more rain? That's hopeful that will happen as we head towards maybe, say, Tuesday, Wednesday of next week could bring us another round of some light rain. We'll take all we can get. Otherwise, on the Gulf tomorrow, looking at slightly choppy seas around 2 feet and a southwest wind at 10 knots, water temperature 62. High tides at Sabine Pass at 3:16 and 6:35 p.m. So our forecast tonight, mostly cloudy and or patchy dense fog across the area. Lows will be in the mid to upper 50s to lower 60s across southeast Texas with a south to southwest wind. Tomorrow, we're going to keep our fingers crossed and be positive, but we think most of the day could see considerable cloudiness and maybe going partly cloudy late in the afternoon, mid to late afternoon, and that could give us high temperatures in the mid to upper 70s. And again, don't be surprised if you see some wind gusts to around 20 miles an hour. Taking a look at your weather impact 7-day forecast, it's rinse and repeat through Wednesday. Not a lot of change. Cloudy, foggy, mild nights and maybe partly cloudy, warm, dry afternoons. Thursday, look at this. Modeling shows 25, maybe 30, 35 mile per hour wind gusts across the area because of that disturbance moving across the panhandle. And then the front coming in as we work on in to, say, Friday night with a scattering of showers and thunderstorms. So we'll keep a 40 to 50% coverage. I want to see what high-res modeling shows before I go any higher than that. Regardless, see all those isobars? That means windy northwest winds as we head toward Saturday. Looks blustery and cooler. Look at that. Lows down into the 40s, low to mid 40s Saturday morning. Highs only 61. And with a southwest flow, that disturbance over towards the Baja will keep transporting quite a bit of cloudiness, so that'll keep our high temperatures down. May get into the mid to upper 30s coming up Sunday into Monday of next week. That's a look at your weather impact forecast. If you're just joining us, looks like a foggy morning across southeast Texas already, a dense fog advisory for southern Jefferson and southern Orange counties. And we think that there could be some patchy dense fog, as you can see on modeling, but it doesn't go any more or any lower than about a half a mile. So we'll keep weather impact alert out of the forecast. Tomorrow looks like, with any luck, we should see partly cloudy skies in the afternoon and high temperatures into the mid to upper 70s, well above normal, which is 63. We'll be running a good 15 plus degrees above normal the next 4 days. Then that strong cold front comes on in Friday afternoon and Friday night, and that will knock afternoon high temperatures below normal as we head on into the weekend and into early next week because of extensive southwesterly winds bringing in partly sunny skies. Looks kind of gray coming up this weekend, but I don't see any rain as of yet. So as I said, windy day coming up on Thursday. Could see wind gusts 25, 30, maybe 35 miles an hour, especially off towards our south and west. So here comes that front, as I said, working on into the area as we head towards Friday night. And again, I like anywhere between 1/4 to 3/4 of an inch of rainfall. If you're a cold weather or a warm weather fan, you're going to love right on through Friday, and then reality strikes as colder weather hits this weekend. In fact, we'll go with about a 30 to 40% coverage coming up on Friday with that cold front.